China just dropped a move that barely made headlines, but it changes everything. In 7 days, starting January 1st, silver exports out of China begin to tighten. Quietly, deliberately, and permanently. The second largest silver mining country on the planet, controlling most of the world's refined silver supply, is flipping a switch that cuts the West off from metal it depends on. If you think this is just bureaucracy or environmental regulation, you're missing the real signal. What's happening here follows the same mathematical pattern that has wiped out purchasing power in every major empire in history. This is an ideology. It's numbers. And numbers don't lie. Starting January 1st, China will require state-issued export licenses for silver shipments, rules locked in through at least 2027. But here's the detail almost nobody is talking about. Only producers meeting a massive annual output threshold will qualify. That instantly removes most exporters from the system. This isn't hidden. The policy was published months ago. The timing is intentional. The global silver market is already running a deep structural shortfall. Remove Chinese export flows from Western markets and that deficit doesn't shrink. It explodes. In a world where total mine production is limited, losing a large chunk of tradable supply isn't a minor disruption. It's a shock. We're not talking about a small supply hiccup. We're talking about a huge percentage of available silver disappearing, while demand from solar panels, electronics, defense systems, and energy infrastructure keeps accelerating. This isn't a conspiracy. It's a pattern, one that repeats across centuries with brutal consistency. Every collapse follows 4 stages. First, credibility. A system earns trust by being restrained. Real assets back real obligations. Limits exist, and people believe in them. Second, expansion. Those limits get stretched, then ignored. Debt rises. Scarcity gets diluted. Promises multiply faster than the assets behind them. Third, inflation or crisis hits. The middle class holding currency or paper claims gets crushed. Those holding tangible assets survive and consolidate power. Finally, reset. A new system emerges only after wealth has shifted hands. History proves this again and again. In 18th century France, silver-backed money built trust until paper printing took over. The result was collapse. Ordinary people were wiped out. Landowners and asset holders walked away intact. In imperial China, silver-backed systems gave way to unchecked issuance during military expansion. Inflation followed. Paper holders lost everything. Physical silver preserved wealth. In Spain, massive silver inflows funded wars. Coinage was debased. Prices exploded. Workers fell behind permanently while elites grew richer. Same incentives. Same outcome. Now zoom into today. The United States carries unprecedented debt. Central bank balance sheets expanded at a scale never seen before. You cannot print prosperity. You can only move purchasing power from one group to another. Markets are already reacting. Precious metals aren't rising because of hype. They're repricing scarcity against unlimited currency creation. China sees this clearly. They've been accumulating strategic reserves for years. Now they're locking down silver, not just a precious metal, but an irreplaceable industrial input. By controlling exports, China ensures its domestic industries get priority access, while foreign buyers compete for what's left. Western manufacturers face higher costs and supply stress. That's not theory. That's leverage. People always say, this time is different. It never is. The only thing that changes is speed. If your wealth lives entirely in paper promises tied to weakening currencies, you're standing on the wrong side of the transfer. The takeaway isn't panic. It's awareness. Understand the pattern. Recognize how scarcity behaves when everything else is infinite. Know that physical assets don't need belief. They only need existence. 7 days until the switch officially flips. But the mechanism was installed long ago. The flow has already started. The real question isn't whether the system changes. It's whether you see it early enough to understand what's happening.